Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to your new agent orientation. In this session, we will walk through everything you need to get started, from setting up your systems to registering with suppliers and even understanding your next steps. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to begin building your travel business with confidence. So before we get started, I want to put a heavy emphasis on the fact that this is a recording. So while we're going step by step in this guide, feel free to pause it and complete the steps. And since we're doing this on a slideshow basis before we go into each step, feel free, if you're going through it and you want to stop, to just screenshot where you're at. So if you ever need to come back to this video, you knew where you finished at. I have each step listed on the screen, and I also have an awesome cheat sheet to give you. You will find that in the description and also in the pinned comment, so you will be ready. Now, inside the new agent orientation cheat sheet is basically everything that I'm going to talk about today, from the recording itself, which you have. And then we're going to go into part 2. We also have a login and passwords template that you can feel free to collect, but that's going to really pertain to part 2. In part 2, it is a separate video. We will cover that at the end, but that's where you get your suppliers and commission set up. For today, we're going to go over the parts through here. So if you need any help with that, you could always come in here. And there's also trainings attached to it, which can explain how each part of it works. Okay, so let's dive in and cover all parts of new agent orientation. This is the first step of being a travel advisor. You have to complete the travel training program, which is the yellow section in your back office. Let's go ahead and log into our back office so we can get started on these 2 steps. The first part of logging into your back office is going to the website, which is www.myevolutiontravel.com. From there, you will go ahead and click log in. Once you're there, you'll go ahead and put in your new agent ID and the password that you use to sign up with and click log in. This will bring you to what we call the back office. Now that we're inside of the back office, let's talk about the steps that we need to take. The first part inside the back office is that you need to complete your travel training program. You can find this in the yellow section right here. Depending on the country that you are from, you will want to pick that program. Once you're inside the program, you will have to complete all 8 modules. At the end of the 8 modules, you will get a completion right here, as well as your certificate. Once you are inside that certificate, you can download it, keep it, share it with your new clients, whatever you want to do. It is your certificate, of course, to use, but you must complete these 8 modules first in order to obtain the certificate. Once you obtain that certificate, it will then turn into the part right here where it says IBO training completed. It'll be green. That is the best way for you to know that your training is completed, other than the fact that you obtained your certificate afterwards. Since this is a recording, feel free to go ahead and pause to complete your training. Once you have that training completed, you want to move on to the next step. We highly recommend to not announce your business just yet. You want to wait until your vendor approvals are complete and you have all of your foundations set up, because once you make that announcement that you are now certified, people want to start sending you inquiries, and you can't do any inquiries without your vendor systems. We will complete those vendor systems in part 2, so make sure you get to the end of this video. Next, you want to take a look at the key tabs inside of your back office. Let's go ahead and take a look at them now. The first one that we go over inside the back office is going to be your billing date. This is something that kind of comes very quickly when it comes to new agents, and we don't realize how fast 30 days go, right? So as you can see for mine, I last was billed on September 29th, and the next monthly billing date is October 29th. So it's important for me to keep up with those due dates. If you need to ever go in and change where you make your monthly payment, all you have to do is click on the account section and then update Evo payment information, and you can do so there. Another tab that you're really going to like inside the back office is this blue checkbox right here at the bottom right corner. Anytime that you have questions regarding your Evolution account, you can always put them in there. Sometimes they do require verification just so they can make sure that you are who you are. All right, so continuing on with the tabs, the next thing that you're going to want to take a look at is something that can be used later on. You might not need it right now, but I really want you to know where it's at all times. So if you scroll down on the left-hand side, we're going to be going through these tabs later on, okay? But for right now, a tab that I want you to take a look at inside of your back office is going to be the My Team tab. From there, you're going to go to the part that says My Upline. That upline is very important because it's going to show you who your sponsor is. Now, as you can see, my sponsors is not only myself, but I also have here that my sponsor is my mentor. So if something were to happen where you're unable to contact your mentor, you would be able to go in here and find different ways to contact them through different emails and through the phone part. So the reason I want to show you this is just in case you are unable to reach your mentor, you always know that you have another way of contacting somebody. You're not alone in this. You can also feel free to reach out in any of the chats or the Facebook groups that I show you tonight, of course. But the most important thing I want you to see is that you can have direct access to your mentor and to their mentor as well. So yours will look a little bit different from mine because I'm using a just sample account that we have. But pay attention to what your sponsors are so that you know who to contact in case you're unable to reach your direct mentor. Now, when I say that, okay, please give your mentors some grace. All right, they're running their own business, family, life, etc. Gets in the way, right? So give them a few hours to respond. But if a few days go by and you haven't heard anything, there's always somebody that you can reach out to for contact. Okay. Going back to the home page here. All right, so we've went over the billing date, the My Team option, and the chat box. So if you ever, like I said, need to use the chat box, you can update anything in here, like your name, your email, whatever you need is inside of that chat box right there in the corner. So if you ever need help with that, you can definitely check it out. I want to show you a couple of more tabs. So the first one I want to show you is on the back office here. If you scroll down just a little bit, you can see the My Travel site. We're going to go set that up next, but we also have Travel Cafe, which is Archer Travel. And then we have these two right here. I want to talk to you about these two. So Evo Plus is a platform that is included in our program. Evo Plus is a wholesale platform that gives us the ability to get rates that clients typically wouldn't get and the ability to go in and make instant commission off of those rates. So as you can see, here it is, okay? You guys can feel free to come in here and put in dates and stuff and see the different percentages. And it even gives you the option to compare with the other websites too. So check that out, okay? But what I want to show you is if you see that here and the Evo Plus, and you're like, okay, how do I go in and make income off of the Evo Plus site, etc., flights, hotels, whatever. If you scroll down here to the bottom, you will see the part where it says how to use and make money with Evo Plus. Check out this training. You don't want to do that now, obviously, because you have a lot of different trainings to do, but I just want to show you where it's at. So when you're ready to do so, you can check that out. Okay. Now, the next platform we have is called Evo Rewards. That Evo Rewards platform is essentially meant for your benefit, different types of tickets, deals, etc. Okay, they have pretty much everything in here. Travel, parks and tickets. Okay. They have deals, insurance, grocery coupons. I mean, it's just like a whole rewards program for us. So you guys can definitely feel free to check that out. But I do want to tell you that you can make commission off of most of this in here if you really wanted to, but there's no commission tacked in. So if you were to pick something out of here, that's a deal because they do have good deals in here too. Okay. And you just want to do like a quick sell and add a little bit of a fee or whatever, you could do the same thing that you do with Evo Plus here in the Evo Rewards. Okay. But for the most part, it's meant for us. And it also comes with an app. If you scroll down to the bottom here, right here. If you pull this up on your phone, like you log into your back office from your phone and then click on this and download it, it will automatically log you into the app from there. So also, when you get started with this, it's going to prompt you to create a login. So you'll do an email and password. But when you go to download the app, it's going to ask you for a membership ID. That membership ID is actually our IATA number, which is what we use to book land travel. All you have to do is put it in right here. So it says 05824840. That is our IATA number, and you can use that for the membership ID, and it will grant you access on the app as well. And then you can actually have the same thing available on your phone. And you guys can even book travel in here too. Okay. So feel free to check those out when you are getting familiar with your systems. Now, let's go to the next step here, which is going to be activating your website. we're going to go to the Evo Plus video section at the bottom, and we're going to register our personal travel website. Now, some of us may have already done that because it is part of a step that we have inside of the training program that we just did up here. But if you haven't already, we'll go through the steps on how to activate your website. This, of course, is all done inside of the back office. So you will go back to your back office. If you've already activated your website, you can always access it right here where it says My Travel Site, okay? But if you haven't activated your website, scroll down to the bottom with me. And as we're scrolling down here, you will get to the part that's under the Evo Plus, like the instructions say. And you will say, have you registered your new travel booking site yet? Nope, we have not. We'll go ahead and click here and get it activated. To activate it, you have to put in your agent ID. You have my agent ID, and then we'll click register. Now, of course, from this next step, you will get an email. The email that you're going to receive is going to be the one for your back office. So you will go ahead and open that. That will give you a temporary password, which will bring you to the website here. It will look like this. You will go ahead and then therefore click log into your travel website. Click log into your travel website, and I'm going to do mine now. All right, so once you are inside your website, it will look like this. Anything that we go over today inside this user guide will be found here. You have your link to your website here. How to make any changes that I talk about will be also listed in here. But honestly, it has a lot of good stuff. And this will be the second website that you will always use. Your back office is your first one. Your website is your second one. And then the third one is Travel Cafe, which is Archer. So think of it like this. Evolution is back office, your website is your own, and your commissions, everything that's yours is in here. And then Archer Travel is the travel cafe, which we'll get to later on. So those are the three websites that you will use, okay? And I have that listed for you right here. Back office travel cafe website. All right. This is your home base. All right. So play around with these as you explore and dive in. Those are the websites you want to check out. But let's talk about our website now. Okay. This is your client-facing site. You will customize it later, but we're going to go over the steps that you need to do first. When you're in here, you will go through a couple of the tabs. The first tab I want you to go to is Edit Profile. Inside the edit profile, like it says, you can go in here and customize all of this information. The email that goes here does not affect your back office, so you can put whatever you want in here. But this email is where all commissions communication will go to, and also any client inquiries that you get from your website will also go here. Next, we have all of this information. You're going to notice something about mine. This right here is Archer's address. You can feel free to put it in there if you don't want to put your own. They don't list the actual address on the site, but I think it's just in here because it's part of the form. So put Archer's address if you want to, or skip it. It doesn't matter. This is the address if you want to pause it and put it in. Okay. Then you have your own custom links that you can put in here for your social media, your bio, which I made through ChatGPT. Right, we want to put that, and then the last part. This is very important. This password part right here. You have to update your password. It will stay the temporary password. I highly recommend using the same password for your back office and your website because they're going to intertwine with each other when they're saving into your computer. Since it's your agent ID for both, just put the same password. Okay. Make sure that when you do the password that you hit update profile so it saves. So we have this all set up here. That's the edit profile section. All right. The other part that is pretty cool about the website itself, it also has a photo gallery option and recommended specials. So you can run these specials, all right, through the time here. My specials, I actually have them listed. They run for a while. They're set up like this. So these are just some of the vendors that we pulled up, but these last throughout the end of the year. So it's pretty cool that you can have them set up. If you don't do something like this, they will automatically run for you, whatever Archer pushes, but you can also customize it for yourself too. And you can do that under recommended specials. And you can feature 2 specials at a time. It's pretty nice. But we also have the option of doing a photo gallery, like I said, and that's all done for the website. Okay. That's everything. Website is under profile. You can view it at my booking portal right here. And everything we put in, here we go. There's the deals, the plan your trip, and then the rest is all done by Archer for us. So pretty nice, right? All right, so that is how the website setup is done. You can see there that it is all tucked in there. Now, continuing on to the next part, okay? We're not done with the website just yet, all right? But I want to move to the next part. The next part that we're going to talk about is business setup basics. This is everything that's like the core part of Archer and that you really need to understand to make sure you do your bookings properly. The first one that you see is commission tracking form. It says submit for every booking. I'm going to explain to you basically how the booking process works. And I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the cheat sheet to do so. Follow along with me here. Okay. You don't have to go to it, just watch my screen. But do you see this part at the bottom where it tells you basically how the booking process works? So let me explain to you so you understand the commission tracking form that I'm going to show you. So you're doing a booking, you're going to get the client's information. You could do so through your website, through an inquiry form. You're going to get the booking information and qualify them, do the research, ask the mentor for help if you need it. And then we're going to deliver the quote options, right? We're going to go in, we're going to close and seal the deal, and then boom. This is the part that we're talking about now inside the business basic setups, right? Once you go in to close the deal with your client, the next thing that you're going to do is a credit card authorization form and then get their payment. So we're going to cover the credit card authorization form part. We're also going to talk about the next steps where we have sending in confirmation for email receipt, right? After that, you see the part where it says submitting your commission tracking form. These two, the credit card auth form and the commission tracking form, are the most important parts of the booking process. Let me explain. So before we grab the credit card information, we have to be authorized to do so. So we're going to cover that. Then to make sure that we get paid for it, we need to submit a commission tracking form. Now, remember how I told you everything that pertains to you is inside your website, right? So we have the part right here inside the website that we were just on where it says commissions. So we're going to talk about that part first. We're going to talk about that part first. But you have to get the credit card authorization form before you submit the commission form, right? Because you have to collect the payment. So this is I'm showing you after the credit card auth form. So commissions, everything commissions hubs wise is in here. In here, if you do a commissions hub, you go in and submit a commission tracking form, and we will do so now. All right, so this is what the commissions hub looks like. If you scroll down, it'll show all the ones that you have submitted, of course. And then we have different options if you need to relearn how to do it later on. You can watch the videos here. We also have the option to watch the group version if you need to do a group commission tracking form. But we're going to just do a basic one today by doing new commission tracking form. All right, so every time you make a new commission tracking form, you have to create a package name. We got to do Bob. If you're new here, I do everything Bob. This is Bob's vacation. All right, let's go, Bob. So this is Bob's trip. We're just going to do something simple. Like, let's just say a hotel and a cruise. Sound good? So this is what it looks like. You're going to have the part to come in here and add travelers. So you could add everyone who's going on the trip. So you're going to have the ability to come here and add the components on it as well. But let's first start with the traveler. So new traveler. From new traveler, you're going to put in his name. His name is Bob Robert. His email is like this. Yes. Okay. And his phone number. All right, so there we go. This is Bob Robert. He's the primary traveler for this group. Thank you, Mr. Bob. Once you have that submitted, if you want to go in and add other people to the trip, like maybe they're not the primary, you could just click on duplicate primary. And then from the duplicate primary, you could just change the name. So Sarah, hey Sarah, that's Bob's sister. All right, she's going on the trip too. She's not primary, but she's still on the trip, so we're going to include her. All right, great. So what does that mean for you? As soon as you do the booking, you get the credit card auth form, you do the booking, you're going to go in and submit your commission tracking form. It has to be done within 30 days of the booking or you risk losing a percentage of your commission. So what does that mean for you? If you need to go back in later, you can edit it. Just make sure you submit it first, that it's all put in place so you don't miss the 30-day mark, okay? So now we have Bob and Sarah. They're going on the trip. Let's go ahead and build in the trip. New component. Today we're going to do a cruise in a hotel. So let's click on cruise first. All right, so let's go ahead and pick a booking date. We have in here the supplier. We're going to do cruising power, which right now suppliers are unfamiliar to you, but you'll learn those later. But I will go ahead and tell you that is Royal Caribbean. So we'll go in here and pick dates. So this is the cruise they're going on. Like I said, cruising power is Royal Caribbean. I already did one of these, if you could tell. Icon of the Seas. Look, there we go. Perfect. All right, so we have Icon of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, departing. Here we are, itinerary details. It automatically fills it out because I already had one of these, but you guys get the idea, right? It's pretty easy. Dates, cruise company, ship name, itinerary details, and then estimated commission. They're going to tell you the estimated commission, okay? You don't have to guess it. And then in here, all you have to do is put the information, which they'll give you. So let's just say 5402. Okay, that's the total. So we have it filled out. The booking reference ID is what they're also going to give you after that. And then all the extra fancy stuff that you see in here, like additional reference IDs. This is just for extra activities that they can do. You could put this all on a trip. So if there's different additional IDs, you could put them in there. Say if you later go on and do a Viator, we could put that in there and I'll explain them a little bit. But on top of that, you can actually go in and also just say if Sarah didn't actually do this, you can remove Sarah. There's a lot that you can do, and it's pretty cool actually. But that will be later on. I just want to show you rough idea. All right. If that's just a regular booking, that was it. We would just go ahead and hit create. All right. So we are done with the first one, which is the cruise. So the next part that we're going to do is going to be the hotel itself. So there's the cruise right there. Then we're going to click new component and we'll do a hotel. Now, of course, you only want to submit a commission tracking form when it's something that you are expecting Archer to pay you. If it's instant commission, we do not do commission tracking forms because they're instant. But if we are tracking commission, then we need to do a commission tracking form. Okay. So we'll come in here and pick the date again. Then we'll choose the next supplier. Now we're going to go in and choose Expedia Tap because that's who we used for the hotel. And we're going to go build the trip here. It was the 16th. Okay. And they just need a hotel for the day that they fly in for the cruise, is what we're going to say. Okay. So we'll just say they arrived the night before. All right. The hotel name, we're going to say Holiday Inn. Okay. There. Oh, I was a little bit crazy there. Holiday Inn. All right. Estimated commission is $60. 60. And the total for the stay was like $325. And then we need the ID in there. We understand how to do this. It's very easy, right? All right, there's who's included, and then we hit create. All right, so we have it all set up. After this, you make sure you hit the submit, and then you are good to go. Your commission tracking form is done. Now, let's go back to the beginning part where we were inside the website because I want to show you a couple of different parts about the commission tracking that you can do. So click back to your travel website, and then we have the commissions tab again. Now, after commissions are paid out, which depends on what country you are from when it comes to paid out, we will break that down in part 2. But after they are paid out, and it's been roughly about 72 hours after the payout, they will update this part right here that says paid commissions, so you can check it to see what commissions are paid. On top of that, we also have submitted commission. So after I submitted it, it would have populated here. We also have this awesome tab here that this is very rare that this happens, but if you ever run into a situation where you haven't gotten paid and it's been 60 to 90 days since the trip has been taken and returned, that means that there's something wrong. So we have the option here where we go to where's my commission. It will have you put in the date to make sure that it's correct so they can make sure it's been 60 days. You put in the information there and then you can just let them know like, hey, I haven't gotten paid. Now, this should not happen, but this relies in here because sometimes we make mistakes in the tracking form, or sometimes we just have issues that we need to check on. So we have this tab here so you guys can go in here and do that. And of course, also, you can always reach out to Archer Travel for the commission side too. Okay. So that is everything commission. So we are done with this one. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the credit card authorization form, which of course is required for all payments. This is going to have us going in a different direction. So from your website where we are right now, if you go here, you'll see that part that says Travel Cafe. We can go ahead and visit that. Of course, you can also always go to the travel cafe from your back office as well, but this is what it looks like. Remember what I told you guys. The travel cafe is everything Archer Travel. So we will be able to come in here and you can check out all of the different stuff that they have for the travel cafe here. We have Evo deals. We have travel deals and updates, upcoming trainings. Every week they have a new vendor that they come and train with for Archer. So you guys can check this one. This week we have Expedia Tap. They also have the updated coming weeks. So you guys can check that out. And just general live trainings, anything from Archer will be posted. Travel updates here that you can check on those. And as well, they also all right, so make sure that you guys always come in here and check this out whenever you need to. Now, we're going to go through several different tabs in the Travel Cafe as well. First, starting with the form section, where we're going to talk about the credit card authorization form. The credit card authorization form, like I said, has to be done on every booking, especially because we're taking their credit card information. It needs to be secure. Now, if the booking is within 21 days of the trip, then it requires a completely different process. I highly recommend, of course, first checking in with your mentor anytime you do a 21-day booking because it's a red flag for us. It's very rare that people plan trips that close unless it's an emergency or something like that. So we always want to double check and make sure that it's not fraud. So I recommend just sending that over to your mentor. Even me, I've been here for over 3 years. If I got a red flag, something doesn't seem right, I still check with somebody else just to make sure that, we all see the same thing, right? Now, I also recommend if you do a 21-day booking, I do have a really good training inside the orientation cheat sheet that goes over the process. And there's a training in here too that will talk about what you need to do for the policy for submitting the credit card authorization form. Okay. Now, right now we're going to do this is a regular booking. We just booked that cruise, right? So we need to come in here and do a credit card authorization form. But remember the steps of this process. First part is getting the credit card auth form, then getting the payment, and then doing the commission tracking form. But since we're already in the website, I wanted to show you there. Technically, though, you would go get this credit card auth form first, all right? So you go to Travel Cafe, Forms, then we have credit card authorization form right here. Then we're going to go to For Clients. Here's the form. Pick whatever you need depending on your country. And if you need help with how to fill it out, you can also check that out. But I'm going to show you today. So I have USA English for me. And then we have the form. You can download this form and fill it out and then send it over and get it signed out. But let's talk about what to fill out. So business name, anything that's right here is all of you. Okay. This is all your information. And then we have I, which is the client, hereby authorize you as an independent contractor to process the credit card information. We have the guest name, the trip type, supplier name, confirmation, etc. The name as it appears on the credit card, 4 digits. Now, I try to fill out as much information as I can before I send it to my client. But since the booking isn't done yet when we send this over, leave this blank. Credit confirmation number. We don't know that yet, unless you can reserve it without one, but we don't know that yet. So we need to fill this out. We can leave this blank if we need to. We also have supplier name, departure date, last 4 digits, etc. The client will probably know most of this down here, so I leave that for them. I can put in their number, email, of course. Then the last part, we have travel protection. Was it offered or was it accepted? This is very important because this is going to help protect you in so many ways. The credit card auth form in general is very protective when it comes to not only us, but our clients. First, gives us written consent to rent a card. Very important. Top of that, it's going to give us the proof that we offer travel insurance and if they did accept it or not. Then it has this beautiful line right here. The risk for declining coverage can be explained by my travel advisor. I understand that declining travel insurance may not cover any changes, cancellations, whatever. I'm solely responsible and liable for the penalties. You see how that protects us? Okay. Then we have the client's signature here and date. We have all of our stuff here, our licensing, all of that. Okay. So this is very important for us to use. It seems like a lot when you're a new agent, but this is second nature to me. This is just something, okay, you want to do a booking? Great. All right, here's the credit card auth form. Sign it. Great. Okay, call you, take your payment, or send a payment link, whatever it is. Get that done first because this helps protect you a lot. What does this protect you from? In this, you're going to see something that says, To protect your confidential information, do not put a credit card number here. Obviously, we know that, right? Then it says you will be contacted by your travel agent to correct the information, and a copy of your ID and the front of the credit card is needed with this form. So what we like to do is just to verify who this is, because you're going to be working with people that you don't know. And that's okay, but let's protect ourselves in the process, right? So what we like to do is get a copy of the picture of the ID, whether it's a driver license, passport, whatever. And then you see this part where it says the front of the credit card. Don't worry too much about that. We don't need all of the numbers, anything. We just need to see the last 4 digits of the number and the name of the client to verify that this is the actual person on that credit card. Okay. They submit all of that. You keep it in a safe place. You're good to go. Keep it in a secure file, especially throughout the booking process, just in case. What does this protect you from? Let's talk about it. Chargebacks, because if they were to charge back, we have a signature saying, nope, you signed it and you authorized it. Very important. With the matching ID in the front of the credit card, absolutely golden, right? And on top of that, it also protects you against fraud, because somebody who's frauding you would not be able to show their credit card or their ID. So it's very important that you get this done for all of your payments to protect you. This is also plays a very crucial part because Archer provides us with errors and emissions liability insurance. And in order for us to participate in that insurance policy, it is required for us to do this on every single book. It's simple. You just send it over, they sign it. Congrats, get the payment, do the confirmation, do the commission tracking form, then you're done. You're good to go. Okay. So we did these two now. So the last thing that I want to talk about is in the business setup basics, because when you guys see this, you like to go make your business cards right away. So I want to show you exactly the steps that you need to make a proper business card before you go out. I do not recommend making your business card right now. You want to get all of your socials set up and all of the foundation set up so that you make sure that you have everything you want on your card. So of course you want to design your own, but you have to include Archer Travel logo, which is inside of the Travel Cafe, which we're already in. So hit the back button on that credit card authorization form, and then you're back in the Travel Cafe. We're going to go to the next tab that's inside here, which is going to be Media Library. Under the Media Library tab, you're going to see the part where it says New Agent, Quick Start, Business Cards. That's where we're heading to. Business cards. All right. We have the New Agent Packet Quick Start Cards. Guys, we need to do what's with our team. Don't follow these in the back office. This is only if you guys don't have anything for your team, but our teams have a whole New Agent program, so follow those. Do not follow these, okay? But we're going to go to the business card requirements because it's going to go over per country. So make sure you click on yours. I'm in the USA, so I'll just show you this one real quick. We have the required information for the business cards. Every business card must have your own personal business name and branding. We're partnered to Evolution Archer Travel, but we are not them directly. We work independently with them. So we have our own business name, our own branding, logo, whatever, right? On top of that, you also have to have an Archer Travel affiliate logo somewhere on there. You scroll down a little bit, that's what they look like. This is the transparent one that you could take. They also have other ones in here, but it has to say affiliate of Archer Travel Service. They do have Evolution logos. You can put them on there if you want, but it is not required. Next thing that we have to have on our business cards are all our license numbers, because this gives us ability to book in multiple states. So we need to have all of these right here. Put them somewhere small on the bottom of the card, okay? Wherever you want to. It's not very detailed, but I just need it somewhere listed on there, all right? Now, you see these business cards and you're probably thinking, where can I go to get them? All right, we have a couple of options. Inside the training, I have the option for the Popple, for the one that's called Popple. Popple is pretty easy. It's a free digital business card. In 2025, digital business cards are very popular. I highly recommend that, okay? You don't have to make them now. I just want you to understand where to go with this. And it's in the cheat sheet in case you forget. We also have a really cool website that I'm going to now type in here, which is 4over4.com. We can open it. But you have to complete a couple of things in there where you earn coins. And then once you earn the coins, they can send it to your house. Now, this is for the United States only. I haven't found anywhere else that this works, but you could try it out if you want to, okay? But yeah, great coins. You get to make a free business card with only the front side, and they send it to your house. So it's pretty nice, okay? So feel free to, of course, check out those two. But the most important part that I want you to gain from this is the business card requirements themselves, which also can be found in the cheat sheet right here for you. In case you ever lose them, it's under the business card section. Okay, now let's continue, shall we? All right, the next couple of things that we want to talk about is connecting with your community. One of the most successful things you can do as a travel advisor is stay connected. So I want to show you a couple of sites that you can do so on. The first one that I'm going to show you, the first couple ones I'm going to show you is inside inside your Facebook page. Okay, Facebook. All right, and then we're going to go here where we're going to click on where it says Evolution Enterprises. So Evolution Enterprises is the first one that you'll go to. This is everything Evolution Travel. It's going to have all of our corporate stuff in here, just like new information, new welcomes, people earning their IATN cards, just different things like that. And then it's also going to have our corporate training, which you can see here on the side here. So you guys can always get anything Evolution corporate wise. They'll teach like marketing, etc. You can find that in here. They also have an Archer version of this, which is the Travel Cafe, right? Evolution Travel Cafe. Evolution Travel Cafe is going to be everything Archer Travel. So you guys can see them here if you need help, etc. They have all kinds of stuff, and they go live during the week here, and you can find all of that stuff right inside this page. So make sure you guys follow them too. If you need the links for this, don't worry, it's right here. You can click them. I also have Facebook profiles that you guys can follow. This is our CEO, Ron Archer, and then we have David McCovey here, which is the CEO of Evolution Travel. Okay. But here's all that. Now, the next part that I want to show you is going to be our Team Empire website. You do need your Platinum's name for approval. Reach out to your mentor if you don't know who your Platinum is. But it's going to have all the tools and trainings in one place. All of our recordings get uploaded here. So go back to that orientation cheat sheet. Then you will have Empire Travel Academy. Open it there. Of course, we have to log in. So we have first name, last name. We have their Platinum leader's name, email, password, and then your agent ID. Click the all the agrees, and then you hit submit. But I'm already a member, so I can just log in. All right, so once you are inside this website, it's pretty awesome. It has all of the resources that you could ever need, all of the recordings that you ever need, broken down by countries, mentorship, training library, monthly certifications, weekly schedules. It's got it all in here. So one point out to you is in the new agent section. So if anybody needs a new agent program to follow along with, of course, you can always find that in our Empire Travel Academy. Inside there, it is called the New Agent Guide. You will click on that. It says View Details. Of course, you'll have to join. It does have different countries, so depending on where you're from. All the steps here so you can get set up to be successful as a new travel agent. So make sure you check these out as well. So for now, I just want you to get signed up for it because it takes about 72 hours to get approved. If you need to reach out to your mentor to get the Platinums, etc., come back to it. But it's in here for you to get registered for. So whenever you need help with something, this website is great. Let me just say, for example, I got registered with Vax, which is a vendor, and I need help. So let's type in Vax. Guess what? We have 37 results for Vax. You guys can see mock bookings, how to create a quote. Let's talk about booking with Vax. A lot of different mock bookings, beginners for Vax, how to book. I mean, they have all kinds of stuff in here, right? Easy hack, multi-master. Oh, that's me. Mastering multi-air origins. I mean, it does a lot. Vax is probably like a home player for us, okay? So you guys can feel free to check out any of these trainings. But that's what this website does. So I highly recommend registering with that, okay? So continuing on down, showing you guys a lot of stuff, right? We're almost done, don't worry. So next couple of things that we're going to talk about here is going to be where to go from here. This is just the first part of orientation. There is a part 2. You can find the part 2 inside of the cheat sheet right here. It is going to say part 2, okay? And I'm updating these as we go, so if they look a little different, it's okay. But part 2 must be complete. You have to sign up for your vendors and commission, or you won't be able to book or get paid. The video for it is right here. Okay, we have them here, but you will need this essential player right here, which is called Agent Submissions, Agent Supplier and Commission. This right here is the part 2, like paper version, right? So in here, you guys can see Mexico, Latin America. We have all the different stuff, Australia broken down by countries, and you will start with your country. So if I was from the USA, I would start here, right? We have where to request, where to update, where to register, and we even go over how to get paid inside these videos. They are broken up by country because each region is different. So make sure that it fits for you wherever you are located, and then you get started there. But the recording itself is here, and then I break it down on paper there. Okay. But this must be complete. Let me say that again. This must be complete, or you cannot book travel or get paid for booking travel. Okay. Now, I highly recommend, of course, checking the pinned comment or description. Go get the cheat sheet and then get your vendor registration commission set up. Must be done. And then I also recommend going to meet with your mentor, okay, staying connected, or maybe even attending a travel booking Q&A. So if you have any questions or if you need help with anything or explained, you can also check out the travel booking Q&A. Your mentor can, of course, provide those, or if you just check the calendar, there's a travel booking Q&A every single day, so you guys can always hop on one of those. All right. But I can see that you're ready to start learning and earning, and of course, at your own pace, because most of this is recorded. So I just want to give you a couple of new agent success tips just to make sure that you are on the right path. Now, of course, before I get started on that, a lot of our teams still use success steps. So if you are a team that uses success steps, just go ahead and write this code down right here. And if you forget the code later, don't worry. It's right here in the middle too. But for those who complete their success steps, you will need that code. Just go ahead and write it down for now. You will worry about the success steps later. All right. So little Q success tips for the new agents here. Of course, do not skip registration. Complete every step before booking. Go to part 2 so you can get registered with vendors, right? Set 3 small daily tasks to stay consistent. There's a lot to do as a new agent and you can get overwhelmed. All I want you to do is complete a small part of the task each day. So set up 3 small daily tasks, complete those, get a part of it done. You might not get every part, but get a part of it done each day to stay consistent. Don't overwhelm yourself with too many things. Focus on one area at a time. And then if you need help, like let's just say you're done with everything and you're like, where do I go next? This is a great time for you to start learning your vendors and watching their overviews of just all the different things you could do inside of them. So when you get your first booking, you're not going to be too worried about it because you've already played around with the system. And then, of course, highly recommend asking questions early. Your team are here to help. This is one of the biggest benefits about being with Archer and Evolution. Lastly, I want you to remember, this is a big training, right? In part 2, you're also going to be doing more work. But you have to remember that progress beats perfection. Take it day by day. You have got this, and welcome aboard. I can't wait to see all of the awesome stuff that you do here. Make sure you go ahead and click on the description and get part 2 started for vendor registration, commission setup. I will see you there in part 2.